the God of War back in the cage doing his thing. It's been about 2 years, man. So it's been a long stint, but I've been busy because I got a lot of kids that I've been dealing with. Teaching and then coming back, I know it, man. It made me hella better. I'm a lot more crispy because I went back all the way back to all the basics and taught my kids all the basics, which made me get even more strict with myself. So I've gotten better since I've last fought.
I'm fighting Yohance. I'm glad he stepped up. Him coming out of retirement to fight me, I think, is a mistake. He has nothing. I see that he can beat me. His ground game is not as good as mine. His stand-up's not as good as mine. I'm not worried about it.
With stand-up, it's you know, it's not the greatest. As good as I've gotten, or as good as I was even at my level, no, he's not that level. Wrestling, I think I'm better than him. I'm probably positive I'm better than him. On the ground, he'll probably be as equal, if not just as good, maybe. Maybe. I'm really good on the ground.
This fight will get stopped, mark my words. Yohance, I just put you right back in your retirement. It's not going to work out the way you think it is.
If he wants to retire me, good luck. This old man, I've got easily 15 minutes and probably won't take that long.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is our co-main event of the evening. Yohance Flogger in his retirement fight taking on Scott Ettling. As we go to our Robeck Realty keys to victory. Now, Yohance Flogger has got to control the pace of this fight. He can't get too crazy with it. He needs to stop the takedowns of Ettling, but he truly is a veteran of the game, and that is what could set him apart tonight. Scott Ettling, he has to be athletic. He is the much younger fighter, so he's got to use that speed. And what's going to make this work is if he can secure the takedown tonight against Yohance Flogger.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our last show this year, but we got a busy schedule starting January 20th at St. Charles at Ameristar Casino. It's going to be our first show there for Shamrock FC 301. Then we're bouncing back to Kansas City on February 3rd at Ameristar Casino in Kansas City for Shamrock 302. And then we're right back here, River City, on March 9th, Shamrock 303. Grab your tickets tonight for all three of those events. Let's bring out our next bout of the evening, Yohance Flogger.
Coming to the cage for the final time, he says, it is Yohance Flogger by way of the Live Right Gym. Now, Yohance has spent a lot of time as a coach as of late. He's been working the coaching end of it, but when you're coaching people, it makes you want to get back and do things. You're moving, you're working. He says, my cardio is on point. He says, I'm ready to go tonight.
Yeah, I mean, coaching gets you in great shape. That competitive spirit never left him, and he wants to end his career on a high note tonight. He is in shape. He's ready. He joked and called himself an old man, but look for him to be in phenomenal conditioning.
Yeah, literally everyone talks about seeing Yohance running around his town, just doing his cardio workout. He says that was the biggest thing that he went back to in order to get ready for this fight tonight. Sharpened up some of the skills. He says, I feel like I used to.
Yeah, he's a ball energy. He was in the cage warming up, backstage warming up, just nonstop. I mean, embracing the moment. It's a pleasure to call his last fight here, if indeed it is his last fight.
We've heard a lot of people talk about retirement in this business, only to come back whenever that urge to compete is still there, because let's face it, it never goes away.
Yeah, especially if you're coaching and you're around all the young, hungry guys. Like you so wisely said, you've been in that position. You've coached a lot of guys, and you know it makes you want to compete yourself.
Absolutely it does. This one, though, for Yohance Flogger. He says it's it, but we're going to see. He says that Scott Ettling is no match for him coming into this fight. I cannot wait for this one to be our co-main event this evening.
The
Let's
Jacare
bring out his
crawl.
opponent tonight, Scott Ettling.
Coming to the cage, it is Scott Ettling. Trains out of the explosive MMA, has worked alongside the likes of Matt Hughes. He has some amazing prowess in the world of takedowns. This was an entire camp. He also moved up a weight class for this fight, and he says that he feels 10 times stronger coming in. As we go to our tail of the tape, Yohance Flogger, 42 years old, 5'9", 144.2 pounds out of Fairview Heights, Illinois. Scott Ettling, 25 years old, 5'9", 146.4 pounds out of Hillsboro, Illinois.
Yeah, identical pretty much, minus that age. That's going to be the big difference. And Scott Ettling saying he feels great up a weight class. You do, I mean, sometimes it takes accepting a fight up a weight class to realize how good you feel.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, fighting out of the Metro PCS blue corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs in at 144.2 pounds. Fighting out of Fairview Heights, Illinois, Yohance Flogger. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the Metro PCS red corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs in at 146.4 pounds. Fighting out of Hillsboro, Illinois, Scott Ettling.
Referee Dwayne Bess has the call for our co-main event of the evening. Scott Ettling in the black shorts, Yohance Flogger in the blue.
Man, the crowd is pumped for this co-main event.
It is our co-main event. This crowd is a lot behind Scott Ettling tonight, it seems, but Yohance, again, no slouch in the cage.
Yeah, a lot of personality from both of these guys. Yohance, you know, just a really, really well-respected coach and fighter. Ettling got a big chip on his shoulder tonight, says he feels great. Big fan following behind him as well.
Looking there to take out the veteran in Yohance. A lot of head movement. Oh, he's playing the feint game, kind of talking to Yohance here.
Yeah, he's talking to him, tongue out.
Yohance trying to change levels there with that shot. But again, being the seasoned veteran that Flogger is, none of that stuff bothers you.
Yeah, you can't let that, I mean, you can't let that get to you. You gotta do what your game plan was, which is go in there, settle in, and land effective strikes, because right now Ettling is just doing a lot of gamesmanship, you know, really in, out, taunting him, trying to get him to overcommit most likely to where he can land a big shot.
Heavy hands there coming out of Flogger, but looking to stuff this takedown as Ettling is trying to get to it. Yohance almost a little overcommitted there, throws Ettling off of him, using some of that old man strength, as you call it.
Yeah, Ettling tried really hard for that takedown. Yohance shrugged it off and then just loaded up a big leg kick with which Ettling said, it didn't hurt. Now Ettling being a little more aggressive, taking the center.
Keeping his hands down here.
Yeah, he's keeping those hands down because he's loading up a lot of shots from his hips.
Nice leg kick. They're coming out of Ettling. Oh, Flogger ate a few there.
Yeah, he did. And Ettling was almost clubbing a few of those shots in. One thing you'll notice, this is a righty.
Yohance walked right into a right hand there.
One thing you'll notice, this is a orthodox versus southpaw fight with Yohance being in that southpaw position, so look for the power leg kick of Ettling to be a factor, and also right there, that power right hand.
Yeah, he threw that with dangerous intentions.
Yeah, he did. Everything he's throwing hard.
Again, he's just kind of faking the head movement as Ettling and then throwing that just bomb of a right hand.
Yeah, and this is a hard fight to get a cadence on.
But there was a big one out of Flogger. Ettling is talking smack.
Yeah, Yohance did a good job of leading his way in, but Ettling, I mean, fired up.
pitching. Big pressure, jumps into the guillotine, is Ettling. He's trying to finish, but Yohance pops the head away.
Yeah, Yohance clinched him up, just ran right through that guillotine attempt. And now Ettling working off his back. Man, that Ettling is fired up for this fight.
He's trying to attack the arm here of Flogger.
That's
got the arm bar.
That's a deep arm bar. Yohance
taps it out.
Yeah.
Scott Ettling finishes the fight.
Yohance forced to tap. That was a nasty arm bar.
A beautiful win there for Scott Ettling.
Yeah, Scott Ettling came in aggressive, through to finish, and then once it hit the mat, transitioned his hips, locked up this beautiful arm bar.
Let's take a look at it here on the Mattingly Lumber instant replay here. Talk us through it.
Man, switch the hips around, isolated it, and then thrust. You could see right when he thrusted his hips in, even though he was belly down, it really extended and put a lot of pressure on the arm of Yohance Flogger and forced him to tap.
Not the way that Yohance Flogger wanted to go out, but again, no harm, no foul in that. You're great when you retire. Who knows, he may have one more now.
Yeah, I mean, not the swan song he was looking for, but a really, really tough Scott Ettling tonight. I mean, we knew that was going to be a tough one to walk away into the dust, a winner off of, and Scott Ettling brought it tonight. I mean, just a lot in up a weight class. Maybe he stays up now. He looked and felt great, he said. And he's still pumped up.
Definitely still pumped up is Scott Ettling tonight. Impressive victory. Yohance Flogger getting caught in that armbar, just could not switch his hips to move around as you circle away. It just did not work out for him. Not the way that he thought he wanted to go out, but unfortunately, he lives to fight another day if he chooses. If not, he has nothing to hang his hat on. He has had a very storied career in the world of MMA.
Yeah, really, really well-respected person in the fight game. I mean, everyone who trains with him says he is just a master tactician, but got caught tonight. Still nothing to hang your head about. Good career.
So let's send this one up to the cage to Stephen Bayer to give us our results.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee stops this contest 3 minutes and 26 seconds into round number 1 due to tap out from an arm bar. Your winner out of the red corner this evening, Scott Ettling.
Scott Ettling taking the win here in the co-main event of the evening for the 300 show of Shamrock FC right here at
You've
River
been
City
around
Casino.
a long time, my friend. This is your hometown. I know you got something to say to this crowd tonight that came out for your last bout. What do you got to say?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank my coach, Ken Riley, for sticking in the corner with me, and my 12, and everyone who always come out and supported me. I thank you. I love you. This is my last fight. This is definitely my last fight. Every time I go through a fight, I have these spine problems in my back, and it hurts like hell. I'd be ready to cry every day over it. Man, so my body can't take this no more. I just want to, everyone thank Scott Ettling for sitting in this fight, because not many people would want to step in there with me. I thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a class act. Give it up for Yohance Flogger.
Coming up next, it is our main event of the evening. as Garrett Mueller takes on Garrett Gross. And we'll be right back right after this.